The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com and at amazon.com.
Marion, you lost your daughter?
Yes, ma'am. It was about 5 years ago, yes. And we were in a real terrible accident.
Car accident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It was a car accident. I was going to a friend of mine, and to be honest with you, I really don't know exactly what happened. If I was going too fast or if I fell asleep, I honestly do not know. But one thing led to another, and I slammed into a tree, and it was me and my older daughter and my son and my daughter Katie. We were all in the van, and we all survived. But Katie, she did not. She's in heaven. I'm a Christian. I'm a Lutheran Christian, and I do believe that that she is in heaven, and I will see her again one day.
So what would you like some help with?
Okay, I don't know how to.
What's torturing you?
How do I deal with it, I guess, because what I think now, I think it, but I know that it's silly to think this, but I'm always like, if I buy this, or if I buy that, or if I don't know, if I do this or do that, if I clean the house, then Katie's going to come back, and everything will be fine. But at the same time, I know that's not going to happen. I know that's not possible. But
tell me about the part that says it's not possible. Part of you says it is. Part of you says it isn't.
There you go. Yeah. Well, because I know that we all survived and she did not, and she is gone, and she's gone, and we are still here on this earth, and that she is with Jesus. I know this, but then another part says that she's going to come back, and I don't understand why I'm feeling these two different emotions.
Okay, so when you have a conflict like that in your own mind that's really messing you up, what you need to do is resolve the contradiction, because it can't be that she's coming back if you buy bananas or if you buy peaches, and you're waiting for her to come back, and yet you've wrapped your mind around some dynamic like that, some pattern like that. And partly you want to be very, very good to yourself. It's complicated grief when you lose someone who it's not a timely death. A timely death is when someone is in their 90s and they die.
Exactly. She's only 5 years old.
And that's what I was going to ask you. How old is she? She's 5 years old. And man, if I were the mom in that car, one of the emotions that I would feel would be terror and horror, or I'm saying a few of the emotions, and guilt. I would feel enormous guilt.
Well, I did for a while, but then I finally came to the realization that it wasn't my fault. It is one of these things that happened, and I'm not beating myself up anymore.
So
I know.
You've come a long ways then in the grief process. If you know that you didn't deliberately, try to do anything, and you know that you fell asleep or you might have been driving too fast, which all of us do at times, and that driving is, you're going 60 miles an hour, or you're driving, it can even, my husband and I had a head-on collision in our driveway. A head-on collision, and we were both okay. We were going at slow speeds, but strange things can happen. Yes. So you can be as long as you've dealt with the guilt piece. That would be my first one. The second is...
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Alan will be back.
Romance. I wish I knew more about what girls want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance, a serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
Strange things can happen.
Yes.
So you can be as long as you've dealt with the guilt piece. That would be my first one. The second is the loss. The loss of a child is so painful. I've worked with multiple parents who've lost kids, all ages. And it's so painful that you just don't want to let those last threads go. You want to think they'll come back. You wake up hoping they'll be there. You dream about them. The longing and the desperate longing is so deep that your mind can play, it's not that it's playing tricks on you, but your longing can make you create ways to think that you can be powerful to bring them back. Are you following me?
Yeah.
And so you can
okay.
come up with things that are almost, there's no causal connection. Well, if I buy the groceries here, she'll come back. What are some of the other things you do to try to get her back?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, I know it's silly, but that's where I'm at.
But see, the part of you that, go ahead.
Well, yeah. If I buy if I collect all the butterflies in the world, if I do this, if I do that, she's going to come back. But I know that's not possible.
And the best gift you can give yourself is to have your mind connect properly with reality. Meaning, if you know it's not possible, if you're even using the word silly, really let your mind explore that. You know, you can even sit down and write, I know it's not possible. The butterflies won't bring her back. It's lovely imagery. It could be fantasy. It is fantasy. But she can't come back. And help your mind grasp that the loss is final. Because
I think I just haven't dealt with it. I mean, it's been 5 years, and I don't think
then you can go back into counseling if I don't know if you were in counseling, but because I'm sitting here looking at a page right now from one of the top grief counselors that says there are 6 processes of mourning the grief. One is to recognize the loss. You have to acknowledge and understand the death. It sounds like you've done that. I know we're wrapping up with time too. You need to experience the pain, react to the separation, and deal with any of the losses. You need to remember the person who died, Katie, in ways that make sense, but you have to let go of the fact that she's there and build what's called a parallel life, a new life for yourself, and that's not abandoning Katie. You'll keep all of your treasured memories. You can't have her back, but you can always keep the memories. And you readjust to the world in a way that's much more adaptive for you, much healthier for you and for your other children. So listen, I want to wish you a lot of success with this, and you need to reinvest your energy in values that do exist while still loving your memories of Katie. Thank you so much for the call.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner and co-author Dr. Edwin Locke.
There are aspects of your appearance you cannot change, such as your height, being covered in freckles, or some changes due to aging. You simply need to accept things that you cannot change and work to change things that are within your control. Certain aspects of one's appearance are changeable with the help of technology. Plastic surgery, cosmetic procedures, and even drugstore products like at-home hair dye kits and teeth whiteners are available if you want to and can afford to use them. It's perfectly healthy to use technology to reasonably enhance your appearance.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com, and you can buy The Selfish Path to Romance at amazon.com.